Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Cassill, and I'm here to go over 4 databases you're going to use for this project and 4 important things that you're going to need to do. First, there's 4 databases I've picked for you, and that's based on this topic about searching for refugees from a variety of countries. There's 2 databases here, Gale in Context High School and Global Issues. These databases include encyclopedia articles, news, magazines, all sorts of things, but they're great for laying a foundation. So let's say you picked a country and you don't know very much about it. You may want to start with one of these databases because you can learn something about the country and what type of conflict might be causing people to flee that country before you move on and start analyzing the refugee situation for those people. And then same thing, they're going to link to other news and resources related to that topic. So I'm going to give you a brief preview about what each one looks like here. So Gale in Context High School, you can search for things. So Afghan refugees, that. You'll see that you get a bunch of articles, lots of them, right? So, and this is with a specific term. Let's say I was more general, refugees. First, I got 511 encyclopedia reference articles. I got 53,000 news articles, 13,000 magazine articles. It's a lot, right? So let's say you were trying to just sort of like learn what a refugee was to really get a sense of the situation. This is where you might be able to find a good article to help you get started on this, right? Your articles will read aloud for you. You can translate them into a different language. And all of these pages, once you click on an article, include a citation link up here in the upper right. So here you'll be able to highlight this and actually you can just click select, use your tools, and then you can copy and paste that into your bibliography. There's a get link button also up here in the top. This link is not a bibliography, okay? This is not a citation, but let's say you're building your infographic and you've also got a place where you're kind of listing your resources because it's going to take you more than one session to make the thing. This get link will take you right back to this article. You can also do a get link for your search page. So let's say you found a search page and you're like, ooh, there's like 4 things on here I want to read. You can do get link for that search result and save that link and get right back to it later. Down here, there's also a button that says send to drive. If you click this button, it makes sure that you're signed in. So mine has already been signed in to my STU. But then that article will appear in my Google Drive. So here it is, and I can open it and read it again from here. So it might be a big article. You might want to think about if that's the best way for you to save information, but that is one of the tools that's available to you. So make sure you use those tools. Gale in Context Global Issues works the same. It uses encyclopedia articles, but it's built around issues. So if I type in refugees here, if I start really general like that, you'll notice that it begins by giving me an overview. So it lays a little foundation work for me before it gets me into the current events. And so if we go here, you'll notice that like, oh, but this is a very similar article to the one I was just reading. So the global issues pulls from less places, but it is organized a little differently. What algorithm is running to pull your search results helps you. And it includes this idea of featured content. So it'll give you several articles that are really specific to the search term that's there. It'll also group things separately as viewpoints. So opinion articles that may or may not be the place to start your research, right? But they're listed out specifically here so that you can find those. There's also references down below. You'll see the same tools up above. You can get link for this entire page, or then once you open an article, like, okay, access to vaccines. That's something that refugees need, right? So here I can get a citation for this article. It was from the Bulletin of the World Health Organization from January 2021. So it's a year ago now. I'm sure we're still struggling with this issue. So check those dates too. If you find an article that's from 15 years ago, decide if the information that's in it is relevant to the current crisis you're investigating. All right, your other 2 databases here, you've got Gale General One File and Gale One File World History. These are no encyclopedias, just periodicals, newspaper, magazine, journals. So the world history one is very focused. It's only pulling its search results from journals and publications that are about world history, including contemporary and current events, okay? So the general one file might be the right place to start for a more general search like Afghan refugees. And you'll see I got 2,000 results from magazines, and from news 15,000. So that's a lot. But I can check and you'll see I've immediately gotten much more current results. October from this last fall, September this last fall, November, right? So these are very current, which is really helpful. This is where you'll notice too, like when I was typing my search right here, this isn't Google. These are related search terms. So this isn't just the autocomplete filling in the blank that a lot of other people searched for. This is going to help me find a topic. All right, so you can look at these as well. So the general one file is going to be a lot more general, hence the name. If I open the world history one file and look for Afghan refugees, you'll see that I get a much smaller set of articles, but they're different than the top articles that were pulled from my last search. So these, this is from August. I meant to just sort of look at this page in general. But you'll see this one. Check your dates, though. These are very specific, but this is not as current, this particular one, 2015. So that might not be the article that you want to read if you're trying to figure out what's happening to people right now. Okay? So that's the difference there. It's going to be much more focused. So let's say that you were really looking about where those Afghan refugees were. You may want to search in here, but my personal advice would be to use that general one file more than anything, and perhaps the global issues to help you narrow down. So these sort of middle two. All of these databases work. That's why I gave these 4 to you. But start with the one that makes the most sense to you. All right. There's one final thing that I want to show you, and this will take me back to my 4 important things, which we'll do to wrap up. Let's say I'm looking in general one file here, and I'm a little overwhelmed by the fact that there were some tens of thousands of search results. There's a button down here that says Topic Finder. Topic Finder is going to give you a visual map of related topics. So if I was looking for refugees, let's just start super general like we did before. What it builds for me is a map showing the popularity, how common these terms are appearing in the first 10 words of news articles. So Afghan refugees is what I was looking for before. So if I click on this, it further narrows down this topic for me. The bigger one of these little tiles is, the more articles there are about it. You'll notice over here, it's pulled those articles for me. So let's say I'm curious about what's happening with respect to resettlement. When I click on this, now I'm down to 25 articles. So this is a great tool for helping you hone in on your search terms if you're having trouble finding an article that gets you what you want to know. Let's say, you're curious about what's happening with military bases. About 40% of Afghan refugees at U.S. bases are children. Wow. Once you use this tool, it'll help you find things, but now the hard work is up to you. So that was my brief overview of your databases. The last thing I want to talk about are these 4 important things. Research is reading. You'll notice there weren't a lot of glossy pictures to look at there. There were videos, sure, but they're probably news clips. They're not going to help me learn about a topic or find a specific answer to a question. You need to read. Research is reading. So as you look at these articles, it does actually mean reading and thinking about what you're reading. If it doesn't answer your question, ditch it. Move on to something else. Skim through it. Look if there's a heading or a paragraph that addresses your question that you're searching for. Use your questions to be specific so that you can try to find that as you read through an article. Okay? But research is reading. Important thing number 2, use the tools of the database to make this work easier for you. It shouldn't be that each day you're working on this is starting over. Okay, build a library of resources using this database. Get those links using that Get Link button. Build a bibliography so that you've got your sources cited so people will take you seriously and listen to your argument and value your insight. Your search terms, they should be short, specific, and smart. You want to see what happens? Like here, let's just go back to Gale General one. Look what happens. How many Afghan refugees are in Pakistan? What do you know? The first few articles, some of them are related. They are not that helpful. The outlook for 2022-2023 international relations. Well, we're looking forward to finding out what will happen with the Taliban. That doesn't answer my question. So this search term is not helpful. Make your search terms short. Refugees, your country, the country they're going to, the name of the political group or conflict that's causing the people to choose to leave rather than stay. Make them specific, spell things correctly, and be smart. You know what you're looking for. Look at those questions and pick 3 words, the 3 most important words that go along with them, and make those your search terms. And then important thing number 4, use that topic finder to help you narrow down your topic, right? If you're having trouble looking at many results and get overwhelmed, pick that topic finder up. Again, you can find that at the bottom of most of the pages, or so see topic finder right here, or if you search for something, so put that back in there for a second. You'll see it appear on the right hand side. Start the topic finder about what I just searched for, and it will start that process for me. Palestinian refugees, cool. Let's look at this one. Oh, the West Bank, Gaza. I'm curious now. 2 articles. What a smaller place to start, much less overwhelming, right? All right, everybody, that was a long video. I hope this helps. Good luck. I think this is an awesome project. Do something awesome with it.